What's going on, guys? Cyn for the win here, and welcome to the dumpster fire. The Ottawa Senators, quite possibly the worst organization in all of sports, but definitely the worst organization in the NHL. We've got quite the task ahead of us. You have noticed a couple preseason games are Cyn. That's just because I was redoing our scout system. You will not believe the amounts of D's and D minuses and lower that this scouting system had. I fired 12 scouts and hired new ones. It was pretty bad. But we got a decent scouting pool now, which we will definitely need. This team is in no way contending within the next couple of years. I don't know how long it'll take. It'll depend on some of the rules that we implement for the draft for sure, how long this rebuild will take, but I've got the lines already set to how I would like them to be and kind of play everyone in their best position to grow, who does have growth left, essentially, which is basically Tkachuk and Colin White. Now, he is listed as a third-line scorer, but I think I'm going to put him on the second line anyway. He's 21, 81 overall, top 6 potential. He's only going to really get mid-80s anyway, so I think it's safe to play him on the second line. And Duclair's got decent offensive upside, so that's why I'm going with him there. Other than that, though, like, not a whole lot. And, of course, Hot Simbacho back there. Thomas Chabot playing in our top 2. Kind of have to. You have everyone else is sub-80, so you kind of have to play him up there. It's not too good. I think I want Brady Tkachuk on that top power play unit as well. We'll probably do that just to kind of stack it. I think, no, Tiers doesn't have better face-offs than Colin White. Interesting. All right. Yeah, we'll probably put Brady on that top power play. Just stack the top one. I mean, as much as you actually can stack something. Bobby Ryan is nowhere to be found. As you can see, I didn't actually touch the power play. I just did the main lines here. Screw it. We'll be tanking this year anyway, so it doesn't really matter. I'm just looking for growth. So that's those are our lines, and I did make a couple minor changes. Brady Tkachuk starts at an 81. I bumped him up to an 82. I thought he was a bit better than 81, even though he is in his rookie year. Bumped up his offensive stats slightly, and that basically changed him from an 81 to an 80. I think his defensive stats a little tiny bit, maybe just like 1 on his awareness. I think it was below his stick checking. But that's about it, and he bumped up to an 82, which is a lot better. He can play second line, which he will do on this team, and I mean, honestly, could play first line on this team. But let's not get ahead of ourselves here with Brady Tkachuk. We want to try to grow him right. Gone are the days of Eugene Melnyk, and Brian 5 or 6 and the entirety of the Ottawa fan bases can stop drinking themselves to death. That man is gone. You got a new man in charge here, and we're going to bring this franchise back to glory. So I think we should I'll go over some more of the roster moves here, at least for the main rosters that I have, or not roster moves, but slight improvements that were made. First and foremost, there he is. Okay, Rudolph's Balcers. He has top 6 potential, and I bumped him up slightly in his overall. He did play a couple games up for Ottawa, but I didn't give him the Gambrell treatment where I bumped him up to mid-70s because Gambrell was playing on a contending team in the NHL for a few games, and Balcers is not on a contending team. In fact, the worst team in the NHL. So 73 is okay. I didn't really bump up that much. It's only like a one overall increase, but his potential is where it counts. Top 6 potential. I do think the guy has a pretty good skill ceiling on him. But it's just the question of, will he ever get there? Will he ever hit his potential? And I think I reflected that well in his overall as well as his potential. And, of course, Josh Norris is in there. He's one of the created players. Other than that, I didn't touch a whole hell of a lot. I felt like most of these guys were pretty fairly represented, especially on the NHL side of things. None of these guys, in my opinion, needs any sort of boost. CC is just completely not panned out to be what Ottawa hoped he was. And, maybe that's due to him being on a crap team, but Thomas Chabot's finding a way. Yeah, everything, like I said, everything just kind of looks pretty good to me. So we're going to hop out of here real quick before we go over some of the rules and stuff like that for this franchise modes. And I'm going to go over, for the people who are new here, the additions that I've made of prospects who are not in the game. So I'll see you guys in 1 sec. All right, so here we are. These are all the prospects that I've added into and assigned to their teams that are not actually officially in the rosters due to either licensing reasons or EA reasons. Either way, but Adam Fox in Carolina, he's a 71 overall, medium top 4 offensive defenseman. Cale Makar, a medium elite offensive defenseman, 74 overall. Dante Fabro, medium top 4, 74 overall. Grigory Denisenko, who I think I've got his creations wet. We had one franchise where he just had like a 50 and 60 goal season. I think I might have just kind of made his shot a little less good, but it can always happen with the created guys. They just always take so many shots, which again, I will reiterate, EA, I would love to have an actual, not a hidden stat, but an actual stat for shot preference, like how often they'll shoot, or shooting bias. There you go. Words are hard. All right, so Igor Shesterkin, also, he's a medium elite, 73 overall, but he is also 22 years old, so at 22, only at 73 overall. It's tough for him to actually hit that elite potential. In our New York series, he did not, but he got to a pretty solid starter, and he did some good stuff. So it's a hit or miss, and that can often be the case with goalies, especially coming over from Europe. Joel Farabee is a medium top 6, 67 overall. Jack Hughes, of course, a medium franchise, will be appearing in the first-year draft. Josh Norris, 70 overall, top 6. You guys already got a brief look at him. Odinger, 72 overall, starter potential. And I think I mention this every time, but that's basically reflective of everything I found about him on EliteProspects.com. Is he's probably going to be an NHL goaltender, but is he going to be a true number 1 or a fringe starter? No one knows. So I feel like medium starter is a good potential for a goaltender in this game who has those kind of attributes. Yes, he'll probably be in the NHL, but under what capacity? Like, he's probably not going to be an elite goaltender. It can always happen, statistical growth, etc. Or, he might be a backup on a good team, or maybe a fringe starter or a number 1 on a contending, maybe middle of the pack team. Keandre Miller is a medium top 4 at 64 overall. This guy usually, gets to around top 6, but there's, he's still got that potential that can put him into the top 4. So we'll see what happens with that. Samuelson, top 461 overall. Oliver Wahlstrom, still the elite 68 overall. Quinn Hughes, of course, elite 71 overall. Paling, medium top 6 at nice 69 overall. And of course, Vitaly Kravtsov, high top 6, 71 overall. Weak on his defensive stats. Slightly weaker on his defensive stats with more bias to offense, even though he is a power forward. That's just what is in his scouting report. So there you go. There's your rundown of everyone who was added into this game here for all you new people in there. All you guys who have watched some of these series before. Hey, a refresher course is never a bad thing. So we're going to hop back into our franchise mode and start talking about what the plan of action will be for this franchise. So here we are, back in. Ottawa Senators in the middle of preseason somehow beat the Leafs 3-1. Get shreked. So what we're going to do here, we're going to have a few things I want to cover. Is some of the draft situation now. We have some time to figure that out until the draft. I will be getting some simming done in this video. I don't think I'm going to make any more changes to that roster. I think I spent a lot of time on it, and I don't want to really start increasing a bunch of guys here in Ottawa. I don't think, they're the worst team for a reason. I want that to actually be reflected in the sim, especially because we don't have our first overall pick, and that's going to make things harder. Speaking of draft picks, we've done several sort of draft rules in our past few franchises. For instance, in our New York one, I could only have a total of 12 draft picks per year, and only, 4 or 5 of them could be in the first 2 rounds. For our San Jose one, we lowered that even to 9 total draft picks, and only 3 of them could be in the first 2 rounds. Now, what I'm asking of you guys is, do you guys want any draft restrictions? And if so, what sort of draft restrictions should we have for a team who's in desperate need of a rebuild? I would more lean towards the 12 one, but you guys might want to see less draft picks, or you just might want to see me go back to the beginning of NHL 19, like what we did with Seattle, and just absolutely go crazy in the drafts and build this team up. Of course, that was a little bit before I knew how to really manipulate that scouting system. So, yeah, we'll see what you guys want. And we are also going to be bringing back the point scoring contest. So if you are new here, the point scoring contest, very simple. At the beginning of each year, after I get the lines sorted, this will be after free agency, you'll see all the lines, see what we're going to be rolling with this year, and then you'll make point predictions for team players and league players. So you'll have one forward, one defenseman. One of them has to be from the team, and the other one has to be from the league. So if you choose, say, oh, Brady Tkachuk's going to lead the team in points, you cannot also say Thomas Chabot will lead the team in points. If you want to pick Thomas Chabot, you have to say he will lead the league in points. And, vice versa. So one forward, one defense, one league lead, one team lead, and then also you will choose who you think the best goaltender will be at the end of the year. Now, we have had a lot of ties. Sometimes it's too close to call, and we don't just go off the Vezina and the Masterton. We kind of look at it, as the whole package. You got to add in shutouts. You got to add what kind of team they were on, putting up what kind of numbers and stuff like that. So there will be some 2, 3. I think we've even had like a 4 or 5 way tie before for the goaltenders. So a lot more chances to get those right. And how you win is if you get two of those correct, you will get shouted out on screen unless there was someone who guessed all 3 correct. And the people who guessed all 3 correct, that's known as the clean sweep, and they get the shout out on the screen. And those you got 2 or more correct will have to have a better luck next time situation. But if there's no one getting those clean sweeps, I will put on screen and shout out the people who got at least 2 guesses correct for each year. All right, so I'm pretty sure we just covered everything. I just want you guys to, help me out, talk amongst yourselves about what we should do for these draft situations. I'll probably get, honestly, up to the trade deadline here, because really, not a whole lot to do. All the value that we have are pretty much in guys that we don't want to trade. Look at the trade. Okay, we're sorted by trade value. Most of our trade value is just in our AHL and in the juniors. You can hold on to some. I mean, we might actually want to trade some of these dudes. Maybe trading at the draft or something. But like Cody CC, we could probably ship him off. I mean, he's still got some decent value. Duclair has some decent value. And we got to check out actually how many draft picks we do have. Really? We only have 7. Okay. Next year we have more. Yeah, there we are. But it is just friggin' hilarious how this team does not have their pick from this year. What horrible management. And you don't lottery protect that pick either. That's what blows my mind is when Ottawa made that trade for Duchesne. They were so sure that Duchesne was just going to come in and be some kind of savior, even with what seemed to me like that team was already kind of sloping downwards in my eyes. Like, they just didn't have the depth, but you don't lottery protect your pick. I mean, that is... Well, there you have it. Anyway. This is what we have to work with, so we only have 7 picks here. Yeah, we could definitely snag some more. We basically have to hope and pray Columbus is shit, but with Duchesne and Dzingel, everyone else that Columbus picked up, they're making a big push for the playoffs, although they might not actually make it in real life. That would be... How much would that suck, though? If Columbus, I mean, it'd be funny because I like to watch the world burn, but how much would it suck for Columbus to grab all those dudes they did in trades with all the expiring contracts they have, including Panarin and Bobrovsky, and then not make the postseason? That would be awesome. Anyway, let's get the sim underway here. Let's start the tank off. It's pretty clear what we're going to be doing. So let's get this tank underway here. I don't know if I guess while we're simming here, I'll mention some of the other things I've got. It's pretty standard to what I usually do. Injuries are on. Sliders are set at 20 each, so we will have injuries. It won't be overwhelming. Some years will have more than others, and I think that's, I think I've found that that's a really, really happy medium to have, to be able to, utilize injuries, but to not have them completely overwhelm the simulation, because that can happen, and it is annoying when you just have injuries left and right. I mean, it happens sometimes with the sliders on 20s, but it's not like an every year thing. Well, here we are. Brian Gibbons, that's only a mild concussion. He's fine. He can play. All right, let's sub someone in here. It's Lindbergh. He's our depth guy. Oh, jeez. All right, so starting off pretty good. We're actually 1-1-1. Okay, 2-1-1. Cheese time. It's time for the Ottawa Cheese. We're gonna have a good year. You know what? I wouldn't even mind if we had a good year here, just to say F you to Colorado, and like you don't get a lottery pick. I would actually be completely okay with this team cheesing it in the first year and having a good year, and then we can tank next year. That's fine. Oh yeah, look at that. Look at us go. Oh man. So we still have a winning record here at 6 games into the season. Pretty unheard of for this team. Montreal somehow doing poor. Huh. Oh yeah, and I did change Kotkaniemi to a medium elite. Alright, so I was just talking about how injuries usually aren't overwhelming with the sliders the way I've set them, and here we are. I already have 2 injuries so far. There's our depth guy. I think he's only in here because... Yeah, he's 28, that's why. He doesn't have any growth left. He's fine. Alright, here we are. We're going to start falling back down to earth here, and the losses will start pouring in. That's 3 in a row. Probably going to go to 4 in a row here. Oh yeah. Allowing goals, not scoring a whole lot. Welcome to Ottawa. We got D-Dems back. Fucking right, Mello. Let's go. Put him in there. So, things are going as expected here in Ottawa. 4-6-1. Oh, I don't even need to get guys fully scouted, so I got my routine down. Could have just seen the whole first 2 months right there. And I'm not even going to worry about team stats. That's not concerning to me. What I am going to be concerned about is of individuals' productions, and mostly Shabbats and Kachucks. Those are the 2 guys we want to produce well. How many times are we going to get shut out here? Well, you do have low 80s across your entire top 6, so guess we can't expect much. Broken nose. You can play through put a cage on and get back out there. Belize, whatever your name is. You're a hockey player. Do we have anyone with a slight potential here? Yes. All has top 9. Abramov as... Oh, what are you not doing in there? Did I mess... maybe I best lines it sometime I'm accident. No, I'm going to check. No, I still got Norris in there. I probably just screwed up. Yeah, because I still got Brandstrom and Wickstrand. Oh, why am I... I saw top 4. I didn't even check his age. Screw you, Wickstrand. Let's make our AHL team slightly better. Yes, maybe. This guy has slight potential and a slight upside with his age, so I guess I'll play him over anyone else. Dylan DeMello loving his ice time here. Must be nice. You go from a depth guy to a pretty much top 6, and then to Ottawa, where you're a top 4, sometimes top 2 defenseman. Yeah, I would love that ice time too. You better hope for a pay raise. This team should be throwing away money. We got to hit that cap floor. He's fully healed. Do I want to put him back in there? I want Abramov in there, obviously. He's got bottom 6. He's not going anywhere, though, at age 24. Is this guy... He's not really anything either. But he's slightly better. And if I can get my AHL team to perform better in this first year, especially with Norris there, I might even want to play him 3rd line. How's he doing? How's this 3rd line doing in general? He's way better offensively. You know what, let's put Norris up there. Get him some better minutes. I'm going to play Balsers down 1 to play him with Logan Brown. I think they'll connect better. And then move Klimchuk down. Yeah. I like how I'm caring more about my AHL team right now. That's often how it goes when you're in a tank situation. I care way more about my up-and-comers than my real team here. Oh, my goodness. It's not going as bad as it could have. I mean, 9-14-3. It's pretty bad, but it's not horrible. I mean, are we dead last? We're not even dead last. Not even in our division. Florida and Detroit are worse. What the heck? Mikhail Bodker leading your team in points. Huh. What is this, like 2008? Wait. Fuck. Oh yeah, I guess that kind of works. In his whatever his junior team was. Man, look at this. Oh my goodness. Where is Kachuk? Down there with only 11 points and a -6. You have been awarded 1 yike. Colin White's doing good, but for some reason Kachuk having a hard time producing here. Which is interesting. I guess because Colin White But he's not on that top unit. Or no, he is. But Tkachuk's also on the top unit. Very interesting. And Hatsimbacho is not scoring. What? Hey, he's got the freaking stats for it. DeMello is beating him in points, though. What? Okay. You know what? Fine. At least Anders Nilsson's, well, I would have said doing good as a backup, but his win-loss, well, we're a bad team. Let's look at his personal stats. Why am I looking at win and loss? Yeah, he's doing good. But he's not going anywhere. Unless we start him. You know, we might be able to ship off Craig Anderson. Not this year, but next year. Team might be willing to take him at the deadline. And we can grab a little bit of something back. Unless he just retires right now. We're not going to be able to get stat growth out of him, I know that. It was possible in the past before Ottawa just completely blew up their roster. You can get Craig Anderson to get some stat growth and then really capitalize on that extended value in the last year of his deal. It wasn't a guaranteed thing, but I'd say about 25% of the time, maybe less than that, 15% of the time, you could probably get Craig Anderson some stat growth there. All right, let's keep going. Let's keep the tank dreams alive. I was hoping to do actually worse than this with the roster we have. Okay, Chris Tierney's fully healed. Just a minor injury. See, Tiers, he comes from an excellent organization in the San Jose Sharks, and he knows how to play through injuries he could play through, and then rest when he needs to rest. An injured stomach. Gibbons, that's your second time going out. Was he the broken nose? No, it wasn't. He was a mild concussion. Now he's got an injured stomach. I don't know what that entails, but maybe EA needs to word that better. How do you injure your stomach? He's probably just eating crap food. He's actually probably just drinking a lot on this team. Yeah. All that stress drinking. It's going to affect your stomach at some point or another. That's why Connor McDavid this year has had so many flu-like symptoms. You know that guy is fucking drinking himself. He just realized he's entering the first year of an 8-year deal in Edmonton with a team that ain't getting better anytime soon. They're spending the maximum amount allowable. They have shitty contracts, and they are in one of the weakest divisions, at least for the bottom half. And the team is not going to the playoffs yet again. So yeah, conspiracy theories with Sin. McDavid is not sick. He is just hungover constantly. Those are his flu-like symptoms. Because you notice they don't say he has the flu. They say flu-like symptoms. All right, there we go. This is looking more like a tank. 10-21-4. I shouldn't be celebrating, though, because Colorado has our pick. So really, our record means nothing this first year. I keep forgetting. Well, I am forgetting that, because who in their right mind wouldn't have their own pick? Oh. Ooh, Norris is up to a 71. Either of these guys? Don't think so. Yeah, not really. All right, enjoy your time on the first line. It wasn't too long, as I recall, so it's not going to matter too much. Belleville doesn't look like they will make the playoffs either way. They have one of those weird middling records, and I can't remember how they do the AHL playoffs, but I don't really care to learn that much. There we go. Look at us all the way down there. Where's Colorado at? Oh my God, they're like the best team in the Central, best team in the West, actually. And they're probably going to get they're going to get a top 5 pick. I don't think there's any way we can get that pick back either. And you know what? I might just want to make this team suffer. That's what you get. I'm not getting that pick back. We're going to take our stuff from other places. Let's check on Columbus at least. Are they? No, yeah, they're going to be top in their division, but yeah. I'm looking at any teams that are down there that might want to trade their picks. Their top picks. But we really have like no value. We'd have to throw in prospects to get like a pick that might have a chance at lottery. Honestly, we'll probably just have to wait and suffer this year and not have a great pick and not have a great draft in general and miss out on Jack Hughes, because this is what's going to happen in real life. There's no way Ottawa's going to be able to get that friggin' pick back. 0 chance. It's their own friggin' fault. All right, we're approaching the time. in this simulation here where we need to say that our coach is our coach. And he's not going anywhere. And then a few days after that, we will fire him. Because that is what Ottawa does. Mike Condon. Was he even out? No, he wasn't out. Get out of here. All right. Batherson. Oh, wait. Wasn't he actually... Oh, yeah. He was actually our first-line center. Here I am, thinking that he actually wasn't playing. Because we've had way too many injuries to our AHL. You guys need to suck it up. Our young guys need to learn some toughness here. Where's Chris Neal when you need him to train these kids? There we go. Get back in there, Batherson. 20 years old, top 6. He's ready for 4th line. Should I bring him up? Do I want to bring him up into this dumpster fire? Probably not. I normally would bring a guy up, but I don't want to bring him up here to actually be trash. And he's only 20, so he's still got plenty of time. 2-way forward. He could do okay, but... honestly, I kind of like him here more. Rudy's doing pretty good, though. 25 points in 38 games. Can I... thank you. Yeah, 25 points in 38 games played. Not obviously awesome. Drake's got 30. Let's put him back up there. Yeah. Logan Brown will have to suffer a bit, but... He grew, so... there you have it. Obviously want to reward him. Alright, let's continue here. Let's get this month done. I'm going to check on the progress reports after this one. I haven't been checking every month. It can be good, especially early when you don't have a huge amount of prospects. It'll get a bit redundant checking them all the time. But I'll check them now and then at the deadline. Because right here, oh, cool. We put tough guys on your line. What, Archibald run into you? Or tougher guys, at least. Now another tough guy gets to take your spot. Alright, well... continuing on here. As I was saying about progress reports, it can get a bit redundant, but you'll really see the huge spikes happen around like January and trade deadline. Is usually when you see the big spikes happen, so we'll check that now. Alright, Logan Brown's already back. Good. Put him back in there. We do have a lot of those like mid prospects, a lot of these top 6 prospects, but really no elites, which is cool because that means I get to draft them. And I love drafting elites. That's probably one of my favorite things about franchise mode. Drafting elites. That and, yeah, no, pretty much drafting. I love drafting. Building a team from scratch, man. That's just, there's really no better feeling. Ooh. Alright, let's check out the scouting report this time. Give it some time to figure itself out. Wow, 3rd overall, high top 6, then some other elites. Interesting. Well, we're not going to have any picks up there. We know that. Those guys aren't going to be anything. In this draft, we're basically, when we can't tell what they are, we want to try to draft someone who we have no idea about. Like, they're not in the game. Oh, man. Our scouting team. We're in January. Come on. I know you're not the best yet, but geez. Would like a little bit more info, especially in the mid to later rounds, since our predecessors here thought it fit not to lottery protect a pick and then completely blow up the team. Sore knee. Okay, who goes in? Let's see. No. We know Wickstrand's trash. Pretty much everyone's trash. Let's just go with the best guy. Alright. So we're at the end of January here. Going to be moving into the month of February. You want to give us Demers? No. No. I'm not giving up any higher picks. We're getting any of those, especially Florida, since Florida looked like they're actually worse than us, so that second's going to be pretty dang good. It's going to be a high second, pretty much a late first. We might be able to get a low elite with a pick like that. Whoa, look, I don't think I've ever had locker room chemistry this low. 48%. Impressive. Yeah, that's honestly very impressive. Wow. Okay, well, before we check the progress reports, let's, looks like, Colin White did grow. He's up to an 82, so he is actually officially listed as second line, so maybe he'll grow even more in that role now. Zach Smith, second in our forward end for points. A grinder. Second in points for our forwards. Brady Tkachuk. What is up? Is Colin Wilson just not shooting a hole? God, why do I keep calling him Colin Wilson? Colin White. He doesn't shoot like he used to. Damn. That would be why. Okay. I was thinking like Brady Tkachuk should be probably producing more. We need a shooter on that line. There is just 0 shooters. There's 0 shooters on this team by the looks of it. Duclair, he's on that line. Yeah, he's not really much of a shooter. Should I put like Bodker on that? No, because Bodker doesn't shoot either. This whole team doesn't shoot. No one wants to shoot on this team. Maybe Zach Smith does. No, he's just got a high percentage. Oh, this forward core is garb. Legit, this team is built so poorly. All right, there he is, Hot Bacho. Wow, nice plus minus, bud. But he's got 20 points. He's actually leading defenseman in points. Oh, man, I hope he grows. He should grow. He's got elite potential. He's 22, 86. Maybe I should play him in the top 4, and then that'll help out that second line. We're tanking anyway, right? Maybe that's a thing I want to do. I'll take a look at that. Actually, yeah, I'll just do it. We have a month to figure out if it's a good idea, and then you guys get to chime in on that. And do we want to switch around the second line at all? Maybe just to stack it a bit more. Hybrid production, more playmaker sort. None one really takes shots, so really it doesn't matter who I put here. We'll just put Bodker here because he's been doing okay, and no one likes Bobby Ryan. Okay, yeah. I'm just trying to make this second line slightly better in any way I can. Don't know if I'll succeed in that. Yeah, let's play Shabbat with DeMello. Hey, CC got a little bit better. We'll put Maxime Lajoie up. Oh, man. Poor guy. I'm probably ruining this guy, but he's only got top 6 potential, so who cares? He's pretty much capped out. Let's get him some stat growth. We're putting Shabbat back in the top 4, and that might actually help out that second line, too. That's kind of what I'm hoping for. Yeah, basically. Okay, well. There we are. Okay, before we get back with the sim, I'm going to check out those progress reports. See what's going on. Hopefully we're getting some solid growth. Well, in our NHL we definitely are. Colin White growing the most. Passing went up. Awareness didn't. Shot went up a bit. Defensive stats went up a little bit. He's going to turn into a pretty solid player. Maybe a solid 2C for a while. Shabbat is growing a little bit to his offensive awareness. That's good. And a bit to his defensive awareness. Yeah, he should turn into a very well-rounded player. I think we can. This is definitely a guy you can build around. Like, basically, Shabbat and Brady Tkachuk should be the guys we build around, but Tkachuk having a pretty rough year right now. But he is a rookie. Give him time. All right, Cody Ceci has grown a bit. Offensive awareness and defensive awareness, cool. And that's it. Goalies can't grow. So in the system here, Rudy's grown. 75 overall now, so he actually might become a second line player in this, which honestly wouldn't be bad. He's got some decent offensive stats already. Defensively, he's not going to be horrible. Really high discipline. Where's that shot at? Oh. Shot could be better. Especially as he is a sniper, I believe. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. This is a goalie. Backup goaltender. He actually might turn into a backup. He's already almost 70 overall at 19. This guy could actually develop into a backup. Logan Brown's grown a bit. Not too much. Not enough for an overall change yet, but it's a slight amount. Norris has. Offensive awareness went up. Defensive stats improved. Yeah, looking solid. Bit of morale growth in there as well. Yeah, Josh Norris could develop. I'm more hoping for 3C out of this guy. This is probably a guy we can hold on to for a long time. If he develops into something usable, that is. We'll see. Brandstrom's got some growth as well. And I did leave this guy on. I was thinking about changing him to high top 4, honestly, or even elite, but I just don't think there's enough info on the guy to really do that, and I didn't want to completely overload. I do think he's going to be really good, but calling him elite already, a tiny bit premature. Maybe, I don't know. But yeah, especially for a 15th pick. I think it's way too early. If he was drafted like higher, I would definitely have changed it. But I try to, a lot of what I do when it comes to prospects and changing them is I try to take into account what their skill set, what they've done so far, as well as draft position. So try to take the real life into account as well as how EA does things into account as well. So, and he's already high overall for his age and potential. He should easily be able to hit like mid 80s. At least that's what it looks like. We'll see. All right, not a whole lot of growth after that. Let's see. No, I was hoping that Gustafsson would have grown because he's got that starter potential. But alas, he is not. The 2 backup goalies have grown. Yeah, that's exactly what you want to see. 2 goalies with the lowest potential getting growth. Yep. All right. Let's move on to where we are basically in real life up to the trade deadline. And we might make another move or something. Maybe CC can be moved out, etc., etc. He's got some value. We could probably get a second for that. Or package in maybe a prospect we think we aren't going to use and snag a first. Maybe. But it couldn't be an amazing first. So is it worth it to give up another top 6 for a first that is probably going to turn into another top 6? Probably not. Unless we can guarantee you can never guarantee, but yeah, I don't think it's worth even going for a first unless we don't have to give up a top 6 prospect. You were missing. You were that defenseman. Right? Aha. I'm learning. Here we go. Yeah, pretty much all our injuries to the AHL. I don't think we've had... No, we've had... Yeah, Gibbons got injured twice because Gibbons is a little baby and he had an injured stomach. All right. That... He wasn't even out, was he? Nope. Oh, wait. Yes, he was. Jesus. That's 2 I've gotten wrong on the guesses. That's what happens when it's your AHL team getting injured. You don't remember where everyone is. I think our locker room chemistry is even lower. It was even, yeah, he's a center. We have been awarded 1 yike. Oh, no, that's my AHL. I was like, wait, yeah, 44% locker room chemistry. Holy crap. I'm going for the record. I want to get it as low as possible. Let's keep going. We're going to trade a bunch of guys. Well, not a bunch, but we're going to trade who we can here at the deadline here to stock up on some more picks. And watch our locker room chemistry dip even more. Even though we don't really have anyone who could be considered a quality player to move, I don't think. Like, you're getting minuses for trading quality players. I don't know if we have anyone who would fit that resume. Oh. Whoa, okay, there we go. Chris Tierney is pissed. He hates life right now. Fuck it then. Zach Smith goes on the first line. Zach Smith's leading... Well, he's got 30 points in 60 games played. He ain't doing bad. But we'll get Lindbergh in there for everything else. People hate life on this team. Even Kachuk is demoralized. God damn it. He's really not having fun. He's only got 23 points. All right. Since you're missing Colin White, let's move you down to the third line a bit since you're not having fun. That's the negative thing about tanking, especially with morale. But I don't know. I think young guys shouldn't suffer morale that much. Like they should know. You just got drafted like 3rd overall or 4th overall. Like you should know you're coming into a pretty shit team. You shouldn't be losing that much morale. But again, I don't know. With an owner like Melnyk isn't the owner anymore, but I guess he was through this whole first stretch. All right, we can blame all that on Eugene Melnyk. Yeah, you know what? None of that's my fault. I just remembered. None of that's my fault. It's all Melnyk's. 42% locker room chemistry. The record is nigh. The time is nigh. Everything. 35 points is our leading point producer. That is incredible. And by incredible, I mean, just horrifically bad. We're probably the lowest scoring team in the NHL. I actually want to see just for shits and 2.1 goals for per game. That is god-awful. That's what you want your goals against to be. And our goals against is these are pretty much swapped. 2.97. That in the future would be a pretty decent team. I always like to have my goals for above 3 and then goals against. Yeah, if you can get it around there, that's phenomenal. But that's literally the opposite. We're trash in every single sense of the word. Our away record is actually kind of okay, but our home record, that's just stick it to the fans even more. Only won 6 games on home ice this entire year. Oh my goodness. Enjoy driving to this really out-of-the-way arena to watch your team win 6 times only over the course of the year. How's it taste? Okay. Look at Zach Smith. OP. Tears isn't having fun. Colin White was actually doing pretty good. Maybe Brady Tkachuk. We can get him to like a 35 point. I don't know what we can get him to. Give him like 35 points. I'd be happy with that. If he could be like 0.5 point per game in the last stretch here, maybe even get 20 goals. That'd be more of a successful rookie year for him. But yeah, this is a pretty shit team. I'm not even going to spend too much time looking at stuff here. I just want to see what certain scorers are doing. Poor Hotson Bacho. He's still taking the shaft. And I don't even know if that moved to put him on the top 4 instead of having him carry the whole team was even worth it. Might have been, I don't know. Just trying to help him out with some growth here. All right, speaking of growth, team chemistry is poor. Yes, very aware of that. Any more growth here in the NHL side of things? I think Shabbat got a bit more, right? Wasn't he? Or was he already there? Maybe it might have already been there. Yeah, Cody CC's a lot of morale decline. There we go. All right, there we go. Seen a bit bigger some jumps here. Unfortunately, Logan Brown was not included in that. Yeah, not the huge jumps, but we don't have that much yet. But everyone's kind of getting some ticks here and there, which is good. Oh, man, Brancham, his offensive stuff. Yeah, he keeps growing at this pace. If he gets a nice boost in the offseason here, I see no reason that this guy is not going to be a very valuable tool. I say probably he'll be a top 4 guy with a lot of power play time, and then maybe in the future he goes to top 6 with power play time. But I usually, if I do have an OP top 6 guy, it's usually a defenseman or a 2-way defenseman, because that's more of a shutdown type role. We'll see what happens though. We're thinking into the future, maybe a bit too much. I mean, we are a team of the future, but we don't really have that future solidified quite yet. We have I'd say like 20% of a future so far solidified. We have a lot of work to do, and that will start with drafting. A lot of drafting. Free agency, we're not going to be able to pick many people up at all. Like, we're going to have to spend money, but we're not going to be able to pick up any sort of stars. That's just who is going to want to come to Ottawa? Like, we'll have to find that guy who's maybe on the younger side of things, who doesn't have anyone interested in him, or in like little bit past his prime, who doesn't really fit into a competitive team. Like, those are the guys we have to sign and then try to give him extra money to help us hit the cap floor. Like, that's the situation we're going to be going into in free agency. But for right now, trade deadline. So assets that we have to move. I'd say maybe try to capitalize on Cody CC's value. I think that'd be a smart move. Yes, he could probably fit in long term, but how much better is he getting at age 25 with those kind of defensive stats, 84, 85, and 84? You can get better. You can get top 6 guys of the future who are much better than that. So I think CC's out. Everyone else I'd hold on to. LeJoy, I think he could be solid. I mean, I like his defensive stats better. DeMello, yeah, you could probably hold on to him, see how he gets. Could be serviceable. Borowiecki, I don't really think you can move him. I don't think he's worth much. you can't really get much back. He's going to beat the shit out of people while he's here, so have fun. Oh, even Craig Anderson. Luckily, that should only be morale. Okay, maybe not. Please don't tell me that he dropped that far. I don't... Oh, God. Hold on. Oh, man, I really hope those are either statistical... No, it can't be statistical. It has to be... Please be morale. Please just be horrible morale. Maybe it's because our locker room chemistry is so low. Maybe that's just bumping everyone down. Hopefully that's a thing. Nope. That is actual real decline. Oh my goodness. Usually goalies don't decline that heavy. That is actually kind of crazy. Like, not in first year. I mean, you see Luongo play until he's like 42. And it usually just because those first couple years he doesn't decline at all. Oh man. We got the shaft right there, so even less value. Oh man. Well, here we are. This is gonna be fun. And by fun, I mean, what the hell are we gonna do? So yeah, really, we could trade CC. That's not even gonna get a second. I could maybe throw in Duclair into there. I don't think he's got low top 6, 80 overall. 23 years old. How much better is he gonna get? I can maybe package a couple of these guys together. Maybe Duclair and CC to get a second. That I wouldn't be too... Next year we could trade away Bodker, and we'll see about Tierney if we want to hold on to him. But yeah, I think if we package maybe CC and Duclair, we could get someone solid back. Or, I mean, a solid pick back. Like, that's a good second. Like, a good second. Probably, maybe even get our hands on another higher second so we can at least have a good late first, early second. Speaking of which, how good is Columbus? I went the complete wrong way, yeah. There you go. Enjoy the pick. All right, so here we are. Trade deadline. Oh, no, don't exit the whole thing. All right, need to hear from you guys about the draft rules especially. Let me know what you guys think about what we should do for the draft rules. 12, 9, no restrictions, etc. Let those comments fly about that. And should we pull the trigger on that trade, packaging CC and Duclair and trying to get ourselves like another second, and then maybe even look around, see if we have some really, really garbage players and try to get some mid and late picks and try to really stock up, because we should have a few guys like that who we can just afford to throw away. Like this guy can be thrown away. These few guys, we can package some together, just, you know, throw them away and get ourselves some more at least mid picks so we can have a chance. We can start improving upon our value. We need to, that's the main goal here. We need to get some value into this team for trades, for prospects, you know, everything. It all starts with gaining value. And that's going to be the number one goal here in this first draft, since we don't have that amazing lottery pick and Colorado's going to have it. We basically have to just try to change every one of our picks to more value than it has. That's our main goal for this draft. So let me know about any draft restrictions we should have. And also about any trades that we should make here at this trade deadline. So I hope you guys enjoyed it. Remember to leave that like, and I will see you guys in the next one. If watching my videos just isn't enough sin for you, be sure to go over there on Twitter and shoot me a follow. And you could even join our Discord server as well to talk with some of the other sinners out there. The links to both are in the description.